is June 30th, and the reflection is on calming the storm from the Gospel of Matthew. Three things caught my attention when I was reflecting on this reading. The first is on the word follow. The disciples followed Jesus into the boat. The second is the way in which the disciples go to Jesus in prayer. And the third, the end of the story, is that invitation to be humble, the invitation to humility before the power and authority of God. First, the disciples followed him. Jesus gets into the boat, and his disciples follow. I can only imagine how they must have looked forward to this quieter, less crowded time with him. They'd been with him all day, and they had watched him as he healed and cured people who were sick. They wanted to be with him. They desired to be with him, to know him more. So let us just stay for a moment with that image of following Jesus. You listening to this reflection is an indication of your desire to follow Jesus. We can imagine in the story the disciples chatting and laughing on the boat as it pulled out from shore. There's no assurance it's going to be smooth sailing, but they are with Jesus, and that's all that matters. Then a massive storm comes up, threatening their very safety and security, and the boat is about to be swamped. In their moment of need, they go to Jesus, and he doesn't let them down. Even when we are disciples who follow Jesus, we know that we will face storms. It's just part of life. There are changes that can shake us, and sometimes to the very foundation. There are life transitions and even movements swirling inside and around us, begging for our response. It's all part of life, and life that we are called to respond to in faith as a follower and disciple of Jesus. We can find one answer in the way the disciples responded in the boat. If we reflect on their prayer, they go to Jesus with a very simple prayer: Lord, save us. I also like the way the disciples on the boat showed no hesitation in going to Jesus. The story says that they awakened Jesus. Or was it really that they were awakened to Jesus? They come to him and they cry out. We too go to Jesus in prayer. We can be rest assured, as the disciples were, that he is always with us and will come to us. And then thirdly, let us reflect on for a moment and pray for the grace of humility in our discipleship. It is for a humility that recognizes a true dependency on Jesus for the fullness of life. The gospel story has a reminder that as disciples there is much that we can do and must do in this world. We must get into the boat. We must join humankind. But there is always the saving grace and power of prayer, going to the Lord, taking it to prayer, and humbly asking for God's help. Let us close with the prayer: Lord, save us. God bless.